Alright, so we have, here's some more. I have some more. Here it is, Illinois State and George Washington, Illinois State, 46-39 with 8:19 to go in this fourth quarter. And then we have Trinity Valley, the 60, down 21 to Eastern Arizona. So I'm gonna show you this game. This is a more exciting game, as it is a close, tight match, 7-point difference here in this one. And I can't show you the NCAA women's basketball tournament, the main one, because I don't want to get copyrighted on that one tournament. I'm showing these smaller tournaments like the NJCAAs and the NW Women's NIT. I will not get copyrighted straight. I don't mind getting like copyright, just like a thing where it shows where it's copywritten, and then there's ads placed in the video, but it's still free use. It's just you can't get ad revenue for the video. I don't mind that, not getting ad revenue on the video, because I'm not able to be monetized anyways on YouTube. So I don't mind that part, but I just don't want, essentially, not just to be able to be taken down, have the opportunity to be taken down. I don't want that. I do not want to be taken down off YouTube. So, but I'm going to be back into this one.
Birds with numbers here. Fada, bounce pass, hurt, laying, good.
Nice transition by the two guards.
And that will lead to a George Washington timeout. We'll take one as well. Illinois State. We've seen them shoot from outside. Here's a look.
And there it is. So let's go to the final 2:33 of this NJCAA Division I Women's Basketball semifinal. Eastern Arizona is going to wrap up their last little bit. Just go through. Both teams are going to go through the motions. Trinity Valley is going to go through the motions. I mean, they're going to try and win, but even if they try, I don't think they're going to win. But Eastern Arizona is just going with their bench players now, pretty much. Maybe their stars keeping them in. Maybe they want to get them some, keep some in the good rhythm, still. And against the tough, upset-minded New Mexico Junior College.
3 of 10. She does have 3 assists and 5 rebounds.
And that will be tomorrow on ESPNU at 6 Eastern, 5 local time in Louisiana, Charlottesville Central Time. And they have the Division I football championships and the Division I men's and women's basketball championships. The championship game for football, for Division I NJCAA football, and the men's and women's national championships of Division I NJCAA on ESPNU. And then the Division I softball championships, starting from, I believe it's the first round. So the NJCAA, the softball championships, the NJCAA baseball championships, which is like the World Series, the softball World Series and the baseball World Series. They are, for Division I, they are on ESPN Plus, and then the volleyball championship match, and the 7th, 5th, and 3rd placement matches are on ESPN Plus only, and then the semifinals and final only for NJCAA Division I men's and women's soccer. So the men's and women's soccer is like how they would do it for men for ends, and the other divisions for like Division 2, Division 3, and they only showed like the final site. That's what they're doing for softball and baseball and men's and women's basketball. But for soccer, they do the final site as well, which was Final Four and National Championship only. Which is the final site. And the volleyball, they could do the full national championship. The football, they were only like, you know, like the championship game, like the semifinals on ESPN Plus, and then the championship on ESPN networks. But now they're doing the whole tournament on ESPN networks, you know, for football. So junior college Division I for the big tournaments, they're doing the final game for the final site for basketball and the final championship game for football only. And I think the semifinals, are on ESPN Plus, I believe, for junior college. I believe that is now, but yeah. So that is it. So Eastern Arizona advances the 2 seed, advances to take on Mexico Junior College's 16 seed in the NJCAA Division I Women's National Championship. So we'll end the whip round here because there's only 2 games on right now. Cleveland State, Arkansas State at halftime, and then we have George Washington and Illinois State in the 4th quarter of this grade 8 match. So winner of this George Washington Illinois State match takes on South Dakota. Time to be determined. Well, it's going to be the first. You know that, but the time and the host school to be determined. And then we have the time and the host school of the other game to be determined. Cleveland State and Arkansas State. Winner takes on Marshall, either Huntington, West Virginia, or Jones. If Arkansas State wins, Jonesboro, Arkansas. If Marshall is unable to host on the Fab Four, then if Cleveland State won, Marshall could host. The Fab Four. Cleveland State could host. The only way Cleveland State would host is if they beat Arkansas State and Marshall's unable to host. So that one will be on ESPN Plus. The winner of the other game, South Dakota game, could be on ESPN or could be on ESPN Plus. But that would be Illinois State would have to host that game. You know, win and host that one, which they are in the lead. So yeah.
We're down to a 2-possession game. Floor is spread very nicely, so they can't get as much help.
But Sims thought about it again. Ball squirts loose out of there. It'll be Illinois State ball.
Kaya Hurd getting great help defensively in the post.
Sims, though, Jill, just to finish the point, also really putting together a great WNIT.
Yeah, very much so.
Pratt thought about it, takes it inside instead. No. Rebound Martin, put back, yes.
Good offensive rebound by Addie Martin that time.
Martin with 13. Reynolds still sitting at 10 points still.
Yeah.
She's been quiet here in the second half.
She doesn't seem to be looking for her shot as much. Oh.
As Sims ended that tie-up. Now the 3 is good for Sarah Lewis. George Washington is not ready to go home.
No, and this press is definitely affecting Redbirds.
Pratt into Danila Washington. Good.
At least against the press, Washington gets a one-on-one without getting doubled in the post.
There's Reynolds. 4 to play. Working against Washington.
And now let's go to Cleveland State and Arkansas State, since Trinity Valley and Eastern Arizona College is done now at the post game even. So let's go to a little bit of this Cleveland State or Arkansas State game. And then afterward, and then we'll end the whip round here of this day. As there's only 2 games on total. left I can show you whip around on. So on Wednesday I'll do whip around. If all 3 games I can whip around on with the ESPN2 game of the WBIT Tournament Championship, the Women's Basketball Invitational Tournament Championship game, and then the Women's National, and then the both Women's National Invitation Tournament semifinals on ESPN Plus. One will be on ESPN Plus. One might be on Summit League Plus, Summit League Streaming Network, Summit League Network, and Midcoast Sports Network. If it is, which it would be on Midcoast Sports, because Midcoast Sports shows South Dakota and North Dakota sport events from the college team, all the college teams in the area, like all the Division I college teams and teams from non-Division I college teams at times as well. And then they show and the pro sports teams like the G League teams, the minor league hockey teams, minor league baseball. They show that as well.
For Fields. She was looking in for Rogers, and it's knocked away. Second turnover for Arkansas State. Maples, no. Good defense there by Tarver, forced to miss.
That's just a rare miss by Maples there.
Shannon runs off the three-point line. Will pull up mid-range off the glass. Tim Duncan will be proud of the fundamentals.
Yeah, that is fundamental basketball, and kissing the glass is something that a lot of kids don't do these days, but hey.
7 straight for the Red Wolves to push the lead back to a dozen. Maples step back jumper, no. Chrislyn Rose with the rebound, which is already her 6th.
I do believe Maples is going to have a little break.
Three-pointer wouldn't go. A-State 0 for 2 from deep. Here in the third quarter. There's a left-handed three-pointer up, no good. Rebound winner Rogers. 5 Red Wolves at the scores table. A couple of Cleveland State players set to check in as well. Cleveland State has missed its last 5 shots. Here's Rogers. Kick out to Shannon. Her 3.
It's going. No. Yes.
Bounced around. It was dead on line and got the friendly bounce. It's a 10-0 run for Arkansas State. And just like that, the lead's back to 15. And there's a steal by Shannon. Trying to add to this 10-0 spurt. Shannon this time gives up the 3. Short on the run. Rogers tried to keep it alive. It'll go out of bounds to Cleveland State. Here comes Zion Shannon from 3, and then here comes 5 new Red Wolves into the lineup as there's a big hand for the group that just closed their run on a 10-0 spurt.
And, it makes it tough on Cleveland State. They're going to see 5 fresh, 10 pair of legs here that are very fresh, That makes it really tough in that full court pressure that Arkansas State dishes out.
Zingaro, started by now Ferguson. And that was dangerous. Cleveland State narrowly avoided the turnover on a couple of different fronts.
Yeah, by the skin of their teeth, they got past the...
Knocked away from Maples by Mimi McAllister. Shot clock's at 7. Maples dances around. McAllister made her give it up. Zingaro with 3 on the clock, muscled her way in. Couldn't get it to go, and A-State comes away with the rebound. McAllister to Ferguson with the finish.
That's a nice play right there.
And Cleveland State wants a timeout.
And Cleveland State will get a timeout at Arkansas State up 42-25. So we'll end up around here, and you watch both games. Rate 8 of the women's NIT, the women's national invitation tournament. George Illinois State and Cleveland State, Arkansas State to the ESPN Plus. If you want to watch the women's basketball tournament, the fourth and final league game, regional 4 and 0. Number 3 TCU, number 1 South Carolina, 9 Eastern. Tune in ESPN.